Hey y'all, I am kind of playing along with Jeannie Linguini's year-long series called Through the Rainbow, where each month a group focuses on a color in their color category of their scrapbooking supplies. And this month their focus is on red. So what I am doing is I am pulling what papers I have in a color category, and I'm going through them and deciding if I want to keep them, if I want to purge them, or if I think it would make a good photo mat or a background, and separate accordingly. And then from watching other videos that people are making in this series, things just keep evolving in my mind. I have now decided that I can also do page kits. I'm sorry, not page kits, paper kits, where I'm just going to put maybe some papers together at some point in time for a future layout. Now I'm just calling it a paper kit because I am not planning on putting any embellishments, any die cuts with it, because I don't want to tie those up into a page kit when I may could use it on something else, because I may never use that page kit. So I like to keep those things where they're located and not put them in a page kit, unless it was something I was planning on using, fairly frequently, which I don't think I will, because the papers in my color categories are quite old. So that tells me I'm not using them. I don't use my color categories. So my ultimate goal is to have no color categories, because I scrapbook by paper pad, by collection kit, by subscription kit, and maybe I'll scrapbook by a paper kit. So for right now, I'm just going to separate these into categories of the red, paper kit, if there's anything in here that goes together to make a paper kit, and purge. So let's get started. Like I said, most of these papers are quite old, so if you want to walk through memory lane, enjoy. This is like a linen red, so I think this would be good for, I have two sheets, I think this would be good for background or matte. This is Francis Meyer, no year, so it's pretty old because there's no year on it. So that's going to go in my background and mattes. This page is, look at here, 1999, Keeping Memories Alive. Red cotton plaid. This would go in a background or a matte. And the same thing with these. A lot of these, as you see, are single-sided because these were from the time before you had double-sided papers. This is me and my big ideas from 2004. This I like. I don't think I would use the sheet as it's designed. I may, would cut this off and use it. It's got some pretty cool clocks. Oh no, it's a compass in the background and some stripes. So I'm going to put these in my keep, and these are Rana Farr from 2004 Autumn Leaves. So that's a keep. This is a keep. No date. Ever After Paper Company. Okay, this must be flipped over, and this is My Mind's Eye 2012 Lost and Found, and It's a keeper. These, I think, would make a good background and mat. And I actually think these came out of a, yeah, I can tell up here. I think these actually came out of a paper pad, because believe it or not, I think I did tear one paper pad apart a long time ago. So this is background and mats. I think this is out of that same paper pad because it has the same. It's a nice, you can hear it, it's a nice thick paper, and I have no idea who it's from. Background and mats. Background and mats. Okay, so this is Bow Bunny. Bow Bunny Starcross, and the reason it's in my red is because the main color is red. Now, I would have never went into my red section to look for this paper. This is pretty cool. I still love it. Let's see, does it have a date? I don't see a date. Oh, wait a minute. 2014. This is like book edges. It almost looks like a wood grain, but it's book edges. And there's several sheets. You see why I put it in red? Because to me, red was the color that popped out. So this is what I'm talking about that I would put in a, oh, I love that. Love, love that. That I would put in a paper kit, but I would not add anything to it as far as embellishments. As you can see, I have used it for the layout in the past, and I actually think I used it for a Christmas layout. So I'm going to take this and put it in a paper kit category. This one is American Crafts 6th Avenue, and I don't see a date, but you know this is old when the branding strip is perforated. And why I thought I needed multiple sheets of this pattern, I don't know. Probably because at the time when I bought it, it was probably different than anything I had seen. The back side is a colored cardstock. So I think this will end up going in my cardstock pile. And then here, I'll put that in a separate pile. And here we have polka dots. And I don't know that I would use red, blue, green, and tan together. So, and it's a little dinged up here. So I will put this in my red cardstock so I could use it as, well, I couldn't use it as a whole background. So I'll put this one in mats because it's dinged up. Mats and background, and well, this one's dinged up too. Mats and background. I was going to put one in my red, but it's dinged up. Love me a good ledger paper. This is Fufala from 2005. So this is going to go in my ledger backgrounds because not ledger backgrounds, but my ledger paper, because recently I created a new little category of ledger paper because they do make great backgrounds, but I just want to keep my ledger stuff separate. And this is kind of like a school, because it says term of school year, school for the term up here. But if you covered it up or flipped it, you don't necessarily see that. So that's going in my ledgers. This paper, I do not like, I do not like, I do not like for anything. So that I'm going to purge. And, you know, I can remember probably some of this paper came from QVC because they used to sell like these multi-pattern paper packs that had all kinds of different patterns in it. And that's probably where this came from, my guess. So that I'm going to set that up there because that's purge. This is probably a purge. This is me and my big ideas. I just don't care for that shade of red or the design. Now this, I think, went with that other linen paper. Yeah, Francis Meyer that I showed in the beginning. But I don't see myself using this for anything, so purge. This is a little paisley print, and it's by Caroline Creations. I'm just kind of flipping them over, telling y'all some names to see if that rings a bell with anybody. And then it actually shows you the cut line for 8.5 by 11 if you wanted to make it. And it's a bandana, but I'm not really loving it anymore. Okay, this would make a good, well, I was going to say it'd make a good background, or, you know, the edging if you wanted to edge a paper. And I think it's, no, I was going to say I think it still would, but there is actually a number right here. So I will put it in my backgrounds and mats, but I won't use it as a background because there's writing right here in the corner. They used to do that on occasion, if you can remember that far back. This almost looks kind of like a mulberry paper. It's very thin. I'm going to purge that. This would make a good mat or background. And when I'm saying background, I mean, you know, like this. Not a background paper like, you know, using the whole paper. This is kind of a linen maroon, and this is all by K & Company. Tommy's Toys red linen flat paper. No year. So, background mat. Okay, this is going to be another paper collection, and I put these stickers in here, and I have used some of it, as you can tell. And because red was the main color, this is Stationery Noted by Teresa Collins, 2013. So I am going to make this a, there's a cut apart sheet, there's a polka dot, and like little Polaroids. This is nice, thick, textured paper. So I'm going to put this in a paper kit. And then if I don't use them that way, then eventually I may get rid of them. But you don't know until you try. This is kind of a distressed dark, almost looks like a basic gray paper. I'm going to put that backgrounds and mats. These, I don't like the design. They're single-sided purge. I don't care for this plaid purge. Let's see. And it's very thin. And purge. I just don't purge. I just don't like those colors. They're just too muddy looking for me. I'm going to purge these. This is, I got 2 sheets of this. This is Little Davis Designs Red Labels. And I don't know, maybe it's a food label because it says 14 ounces, 14.5 ounces. But I could see maybe using this, a strip of it. So I will keep these in my red for now. But I could see probably putting them in with a home category for, you know, something kitchen-wise. Now this looks like a Project Life paper from Becky Higgins. And it's a little dinged up. And I'm not loving it. It's nice and thick, but I'm going to purge it. This is dinged up. Let's see what it would look like for a matte. You know, that might work as a matte because it could read as a solid. So I'm going to put that along with, that's double-sided. That might be basic gray. I'm not sure. I have several. Well, I have multiple sheets of this, so backgrounds and mattes, it goes. This is also Project Life, and it is bent. So, and I love a ledger. I could use it partially. You know, I can cut off this top where it's got that crease in it. So it's going to go in my ledger papers. This I will keep. This is me and my big ideas from 2004. This is my mind's eye Cupid's Arrow 2013. And I obviously bought it for the arrows because I would not have bought it for this. Because Valentine's Day really isn't that big of a deal for my husband and I. It is with my father because he always brings us girls, me and my sister and my niece and my nephew. He gives them something else, but we always get a Valentine's Day gift from my dad. So that is the only really Valentine's celebration we do. And so I'm just going to keep this in my red. This goes with that. But see, now here, this is a lot of blue and red. So then you go, should this be in my blues or should this be in my reds? Well, if I, oh, here's another one. You know what? It's going in my paper kit because I have quite a few of these. So I don't have to worry about what color it's going into. So, put that there. So, out of my stack of reds, this is what I am going to purge. It's not a whole lot. Make sure I'm in the frame. It's not a whole lot, but if you add it up over time, going through other things and my other papers and my pink papers that I'm going to purge, you know, it'll be a nice little stack in the end, and somebody else can love or use this paper, or I may give it to my granddaughter for her to do crafts with. So that is it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.